This is Lena making Bespoke Craft Designs. I'm been going through my journal and I've still got quite a few tucks and pockets and things to put in. I haven't decorated them yet, I've just placed them where I want them. So I'm just not doing a proper flip through at the minute because I will do one when it's all finished. I've just put some things, these, that one's in. I've got one in there. I don't think there's much in this first one to still add. I think everything's, just have a quick look through as we go, make sure everything's stuck down. That's not stuck down. I've started to have a play with this art glitter glue. My other glue of choice is Fabri-Tac. I love Fabri-Tac, and I do paper to paper with Fabri-Tac, but whereas with this I have to change when I'm doing fabric, and I really like the Fabri-Tac. It was just, as I've said before, I'm not even sure why I ordered it, but I have now ordered, I've now got some more. Right, I'm just checking. I'll go through these because they're almost the same in both, in the other two signatures, but I've just not, I think I've got most things down in here, so I'll go through it properly when I'm just checking them and seeing. Some of my edges I'm going to have to put something to strengthen them, because although I like to see them like that because it's a true sign they're old, I don't want them to get broken, so I should be putting something out here. I haven't put this one. I had a feeling I had one of these. So this is just started with some book page, then I've put one of my papers on the back that's just been dyed, and then I've photocopied it. I think that is a combination of coffee and avocado, but then when it's gone through the printer, I think the printer was running out of ink, so I thought, oh, that can go just on the back of there. I've put this lace back to front. I didn't particularly want the gold on this one, I just wanted the tassel showing through. And then this image is a Mrs. Coggs image, and I've printed that onto some linen, and then I've just put some lace around the outside, and I'm just going to glue this down. Now, because it is paper at the back, I will get away with this because I'm going to leave the other sort of loose, so I'm going to put a fair bit down there. So I've only just started using it, so I don't know whether I'm using too much or not enough. I doubt whether I'd be not using not enough. It's just me, I do use a lot of glue. It's a very quick grab glue, but I still like to give it a good rub and just make sure it's well done. I love these images. And then you wouldn't write under there particularly, but you can flip it up, you can write something underneath and then it's covered up, or you can just have it as a pretty. Quite like it just as it is. These were just some watercolour card that I had, and I've just inked them, stained them with avocado and some coffee, and then I've just put a little bit of, this is a real old vintage lace, this one. I like the way it's loose, I like the bit of movement on it. Then this is a modern trim on it, and I had some papers that coffee dyed them too quick after I'd taken them off the printer, and so they've gone a funny colour, but I really quite liked them, so I thought, oh, I'm just going to use them in little bits like this in collage and what have you. And I want to put that just over the edge like that. I'm going to glue it down on that side because I do quite like that effect on there, and then this will just open up like that there. I mean, if you wanted to write on it, you'd have to have a writing board or something, but I still quite like that, I have put a writing board in each one of these. It's a good time to show you. you would just put your writing board in there like that, and you know, obviously bring it round to you and you could do your writing. It is quite sturdy, so you could do that. I'll put my writing board away when I get to it. So I'm going to put that there, and I just want to get you back in. I've just moved you, get you back in camera. Yeah, and I'm just going to glue this down. I haven't put the lid back on. I find these little pins, but I don't want to lose it, because I don't know if any of my other pins are stainless steel, and you have to have stainless steel pins in it so it makes the glue go rusty. So I could do with some more stainless steel pins. I keep putting my pin next to it so I don't lose it. Right, just let that grab. Get one of my... I don't know why I don't take this off, but I do know why. I just really like the effect, but I don't know why I like the effect so much. Yes, I like that just on there. Just a bit of interest. That needs something in there, a tag or something. This one will need a bit more decorating up. I haven't decorated them up yet. I've just stuck that on there. That's just come out the Artimaze kit as it is. Oh, that one's been stuck on. This is another kit of Artimaze, the vintage kit. I can't remember what it's actually not called, the vintage kit. Is it the Not Too Shabby? I'm not quite sure. I'll have to list them below. Oh, and that's one of the ones out of Tina's kit. And I have actually got that on upside down. I had a problem with them birds knowing which way they're round. I'm just looking at that keyhole. I think I've got that upside down. But I will be decorating it a bit. Now these, I've just had some paper that I'd photocopied on, and it was just one of my papers that I'd been splashing about on, and I liked the effect on it, so I photocopied it, and then I've just put some napkin over the top just to decoupage it, and I'm just going to slip that in there, I think. And it can either be a tuck or just to make interest to the page. Some of them I've put on the front, but I don't like that. It doesn't look right on there, but I do like it on there. I've done a bit of stamping over the top just to give it a bit of interest, and I like that. So I'm just going to go down two sides. Then it can be used as a tuck, or it can be used just to look nice. It doesn't have to have anything in it, because it is already getting quite bulky, this. So if I was selling this, I would probably fill it with some little stickers or something. But then they can come out and... I'd like to know, actually, if you was receiving this, would you want it as embellished as this, or would you want to be able to embellish more yourself? Because I'm not really sure. I mean, I just over embellish because I'm keeping them myself, so obviously I'm doing them and I'm keeping going with them, but if I was, I mean, when I buy other people's, I just like to leave them as they've done them, because that's how I've bought them. But I'd like to know, if you'd leave me a comment, let me know what you think about that. I would really appreciate that. So let's just have a look. Oh, this one I have got as far as, I've just cut two corners off at different sizes, and the first one I did it right into the corner like that, one on top of the other, but I think I'm going to stagger this one just because I like the look of that. So I'm going to stagger it on here from the corner, and then stagger this one on here just for a bit of interest. So let's do that first. Trying to get my glue on. I've no idea if you can actually see me gluing. probably don't need to see me gluing, but so I'm just going to stagger that one across, and then I'll go and drop it in the wrong place. And as I say, it grabs really quick, so you don't have, I do like the fact that it grabs in some cases really quickly, but I do like Fabri-Tac for the fact that it doesn't grab as quickly and you get time to move, especially if you're new to it. I think if it grabs too quick and you're not quite sure, like me, I get things a bit uneven sometimes. You have no wiggle room with this. When it's down, it's down. I do like it, but I still feel I'm swapping backwards and forwards when I'm doing things with fabrics, whereas with Fabri-Tac, I think Fabri-Tac's still my favourite, but I do like this one. And I bought it, so I'm going to use it. Now here, oh, I just got my big head in the way there. I've made a mess of this middle page. I really have. I've used a cotton that I don't normally use, and I've pulled so tight on it, I think. Well, I don't really know whether I've pulled too tight or whether it's just the type of cotton I've done it with. I usually use a wax one, and I hadn't got any. Well, I think that's a bit of a fib. I probably have got some, but it isn't where it should be. Why that surprises me, I don't know, but I do keep them all together, and I couldn't find a white waxed one for some reason. So I'm just going to have to, there's always a way to do something if this is the case. I'm just looking for, I've been using this one, but I was just looking to see if I'd got one with a bit more blue in that I liked. I like this one. I'm going to just put a bit of the bluey one there, just because that's got blue in it. So I'm going to go with this one. Now, I love washi tape. Now, when I first started using washi tape, well, when I started getting washi tape in things, it wasn't something I bought. I think I had, when I first started sort of moving from making cards to, I had a few, well, I had one subscription, so sometimes you got washi tape in that, and I thought, what on earth am I supposed to do with washi tape? Well, now I won't be without it. I use it all the time, but I used to look at videos on how to use washi tape, because I didn't really know how to use it. Just thought, what do I do with that? This was before my junk journal days, and now I wouldn't be without it. But I didn't use it very much in card making. I did use it a bit sometimes if I was sort of doing, but I don't really do anything that has precise measurements, you know, where you line them up and everything just looks so geometrical. That's not the way I work. So again, this is one of the ones that I've just, a bit of my paper that I'd got. You can see little bits of it underneath, and then it was just very dull on the back. I think that had bled through actually. And then I've just used some napkins and some stamps on there. That's actually the negative space of where I've put some flowers out, but I love using the negative space. So I think I'm going to have that one on there, but I've just noticed here we've got a straight edge. I don't want a straight edge, so I'm going to have some of this off. It's got, I don't know whether I've got it handy. I tried this, I've not used this before. It's a glazing medium. So instead of using Mod Podge, I'd got this, and I thought, oh, I'll try it, because it's quite good to put on afterwards to seal everything. And I thought, I'll just try it and see what it's like in this, and it's lovely. It doesn't leave a real glare or anything. It's really, really nice. So I used that on this occasion, just because I wanted something other than Mod Podge as a final sort of sealant. That's it. I just wanted, I've only took a slither off, but I didn't like that edge on there. I'm just going to get some of the white off with my vintage photo. Say 3 signature one, when you're doing sort of the same 3 times, I've found that in a couple of places I've done them differently in different prices just because they didn't look quite right. So I've moved them a little bit so they're not identical, all 3. I've used more or less the same things, but I've swapped some of my papers here and there. I do like that on there though. I wanted this a bit more muted because I didn't know what I was going to be putting in it. And this one I am going to go all the way around 3 corners. Now I don't always do that because I like to give myself more room to put things in. I think you're a bit more limited excuse me, a bit more limited when you do, you know, a full pocket. That's just me. I like to just do 2 edges and then just give it a chance to grab. I mean, it does grab quick, but obviously it's got to come into contact with the paper. And now my pages are getting a little bit bulky. It's going to be a very chunky journal. I think this might be a giveaway. I've got a giveaway when I get to 100 subscribers. I think I should leave this until I get a few more and have another giveaway. But I haven't decided yet at what stage, because I don't know what stage I'm going to get to. It's very difficult to get people to see your videos, and I'm going to keep going because, you know, it's my passion and I love it, and if 1 or 2 people see it and I'm sharing with them, well, that's fine. I mean, it'd be lovely if more people saw it, but, you know, there's a lot of people doing the same thing, so I think a lot of it is about your personality as well, and I don't know whether my personality comes through. I am pretty crazy really, but not on screen. Just I never know what's the best glue for doilies because the glue all comes through. So I use my Yoo-Hoo. That's the one I like. It's another one of my favourites. And then I'm going to leave that bit on, and I'm going to just put that down onto this page here. Oh, I think that's really pretty. I like that. Just that little bit that goes over. Could leave it just to flap up, but I don't want it to. I want it down. I think they're a bit delicate, and I don't want them to rip, so I'm going to stick it down. Not quite got enough glue on there though. Ooh. Another thing I've been trying to do is not be so rough with my glue. Oh, I haven't put my lip. Now the fun I have putting this. Oh, she says, and it goes straight in. You can get some fancy ones that maybe wouldn't be as hard to lose on my desk. I'm going to have a look on Etsy and see if I can see some. I've got some of these big ones that are stainless steel. These, and I thought, oh, these will be ideal. But would you believe that is too thick? It won't go in. It's too thick. So I haven't got anything stainless steel that'll fit in. Oh, I'll tell you what I didn't do. I didn't put my other, I didn't put this back away, did I, in the bag? I put that in there. I'm going to decorate that a little bit because that shows it's got the lovely straw paper on the back, but I just want something in that gap there because I've got it stuck out quite a lot because I want to use it as a writing board as well as a journaling card, and but I just need something on there. I haven't decided, it might just be a bit of stamping. Right, let's have a look where else we have done that. I've done that. So we're getting there now. Well, that one's just one of the tops of the envelopes that I've drawn around and made some more little ones. If you notice here, I've actually put this paper on upside down. And you can tell because the leaves are obviously that way round, so I'm not sure what. I've only just noticed that. I don't know what I'm going to do with that one yet. But it's in there and it's staying in there. So I shall have to do something with it. But I'm not quite sure what. Looks like this could be all done. I just need to go into the next one and see how far I've got with this. Oh, I haven't put this one on. This is the same again, but just with another image with the I think it's pillowcase I've used on there. Still done it more or less the same. Oh, I am terrible for leaving my lids off my glues. Again, I'm going to use the art glitter glue because there's no actual fabric where I'm gluing. So, and I've left I've sewn around this, so I've left my end bits. I haven't decided what I'm doing with them yet. Sometimes I leave them on, sometimes I don't. I'll have a look when it's all finished. This is taking me quite a long time, this one, but I get so much pleasure out of doing it. I just like to plod along and, you know, put quite a lot in it. If I was making them to sell, then I would probably have to be quicker, and, you know, that then gets you under stress. And the whole point for me is that I stay stress-free and enjoy what I do. And I get so much out of it. It really has been literally a lifesaver for me. It's just kept me going and kept me focused on something other than all the unfortunate bad things that happen to all of us. Not me more than anybody else, but it's nice to have an outlet, have something just to keep you going. Yeah, so that's another one of those. Oh, I haven't put this one on. And now these, I didn't have enough of these in the coffee dyed ones. I don't know why. So some of these, but they'll be underneath, so you won't see them. And I have put quite a bit of vintage photo over the top just to. So we'll have that down there. Oh, hello.
Not a visitor again.
Oh. Well, I'm going to have to come back because I've got a visitor. I've got my grandson to come and see me. So I will have to finish the video here. And I'll be back to you shortly. So that was a very nice surprise. Hello, darling. Hello. I'm talking on YouTube. Are you going to say hello? Yeah, I'm doing some crafting and I'm talking, look. You're going to say hello? Shout, put your hand in and say hi.
Is it copying?
Yeah.
Why is it copying?
Put your hand in there so they can see your hand. Say, this is my beautiful little grandson. Wiggle your fingers, say hi. No, underneath like that, like Grandma is doing. Hi. You're going to say hi? Hi. Right, unexpected treat. It's a lot later in the day because After little boy had gone, I had lots of jobs to do, so I didn't get back to you, but my journal is exactly where I left it. So this was the next one. Now in one of the signatures I've actually put it on the front of there. I quite like that on there. I think I'm going to put it on there. What I've done is, because not all my papers are card, I'm putting these bits on the ones that are card, and the paper ones I'm just going to put some sort of light embellishments on the on the actual page, you know, stamping or something, so it doesn't weigh too heavy. Because if you've got something in this, then it needs card. Well, I think it does. I think it needs card to sort of carry it, whereas if it's, I know you're not going to put anything that heavy in it, but there we go, to make sure it's all had contact. What else have I got? I've got that one there. Oh, this one. This is some vintage, what do you call that, shorthand. I love the shorthand books. I think they look really good, but on this occasion I've used it. You can still see it, and then I've just decoupaged over it with, that's actually a coloured tea bag on there, and then a little bit of napkin and a stamp. So there's a lot of interest going on there, but you can still see some of the shorthand underneath. It's just made for a lot of interest, that, and I'm going to put that on there. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it down there. I don't like it on there because the colours don't do anything on there, but I'm going to put it on here. I think, oh, do I want it on there? Oh no, I actually like it on there. Yeah, I actually like it on there. And then you can either slip something in it or not. It just gives a bit of interest to the page. But it's not too heavy, it's not weighing heavy. Oscar's just making himself comfy. He's just moved my bucket with my lace in. He's just pushed it so he could get right near my legs. I'm not going to do anything with that one at the moment. I might decide, but at the moment I'm not. That one. And then we're just ready to start decorating things up once we've done this. This one again. I don't like that straight edge. I'm going to have to have some of this straight edge off. Dear me, Oscar, what a noise. I'm just trying to get himself comfy. It's been such a hot day today. It's beautiful, and we shouldn't complain when we get it hot, but we either don't get much sun at all, or then we get it far too hot. It's been sort of 34 degrees, which is hot for us in the UK. And there's not been a lot of air really, and you know, Oscar goes everywhere with us. I think I've said before, he goes in the car with us, he goes everywhere with us. But, you know, these temperatures, not even to take, I know we've got aircon, but not even to take him in the car. So he's had to stay at home. And he's a good boy. He doesn't do anything if he stays at home. He's a real good protector. Barks if anybody comes or anything, but he's not naughty, doesn't do any damage or anything. Never has, even when he was a little boy. He's always been, you know, when he was a young boy, he was a very good pup. Barks. He's always been a barker, so if you left him, he doesn't bark for no reason particularly, but if he hears a noise, he barks. And he used to really get out. I don't hear it. I really don't hear it, but my husband does, and my husband gets a bit frustrated with him when he's barking. If, you know, if somebody comes to the door or if he sees the postman or whatever. But he's protecting us, you know. He's telling him. He even barked at my son the other night because he came to the door and popped his head to the window to tell us he was there, because it was after he'd been 2 to 10 and he'd popped to see us. And I don't know whether, I mean, normally he senses who it is, but he didn't like it that he'd popped to the window, and he didn't half tell him off. As soon as he spoke, he was fine, but he's only a little dog, but he wouldn't let anybody in that shouldn't be in. Just making sure that's well done. So I do find doilies difficult because whatever you use, it comes through the little, because you know, it's such fine little holes, it comes through. So whatever glue you use. So I do like my stick, my glue stick for these, and then I just wipe up any excess. And it's alright once it dries, but I'm always just worried that it'll stick the pages together. I've got a plastic bag again, I'll just put on there. And then I want this. Now this one of these is the other side of the envelope. I've actually glued half of it down, so I've got a little pocket here. I'm just checking whether, oh yeah, it's not going to interfere with that. I like that. I think this glue is just about finished. That's probably why I'm not getting much glue on. Yeah, it has. It pops out when it's finished. Yeah, that's gone. I've got 2 or 3 here. I like to keep them nearby, so I'm not having to go to my store cupboard area for them. I buy them in bulk when I get them, so I don't run out. Because it's surprising when you're doing collage and gluing things in how much glue you get through. It is one of the things I seem to get through a lot of, is glue. You know, and it's a regular expense because obviously you're always going to need it. So, you know, some craft things you only buy once and that's it, you can use over and over again, but obviously your glue you need all the time. Yeah, I quite like that on there. So, let's just have a look, have I got any more to do? Just checking there's nothing else to stick down. Oh, I've already stuck one of those in there. Oh, that's the other side of that little bit. I haven't put anything in there. Oh, something's just flown in my hair. What that was, it's because I've had all the windows open, and it'll be a moth, I should think. Get a lot of moths. Oh, this one wants to go on. And put this one. So I'm doing this on a slightly different paper here, because for some reason I think I've got these in a slightly different order. I'm not quite sure why. I'd maybe just put one in front of the other. So this is the vintage doily, cloth doily or napkin, and then I've photocopied it, and I haven't put it on this page, I've just put it on one of the coffee dye papers on the other signature. That's on that one. that's it. That's the end. There we go. So we've got that far. So I'm going to leave it there because I'm trying to get these videos to about 30 minutes, and I think I'll be about there now. So that's it for now, but I will be back with some more because I've got quite a lot more to do. So I'll be back to you shortly. So I'll say bye for now. Keep safe, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.